Jim Hagy already has his crew at Chef's Market prepping for a big Father's Day crowd this weekend, but you can pull off a couple of his impressive recipes at home for Dad. And we're excited about these. You're kind of taking the concept of a BLT and turning it into an elevated meal for Dad.
That's correct. You know, and Dads love bacon.
Right.
And so this pork belly, that's really what bacon is a pork belly. It's almost like a pork loin. And I'm going to show you how to make that.
Okay. I've only had it at a restaurant. I've never cooked one myself.
You know, it's really pretty easy to cook at home.
Okay.
It really is a lot easier than you would think. But the thing that we pair it with is this really great tomato cobbler.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how to make that as well.
Cool.
But we're going to start with that. You've been caramelizing some onions there, and you want to get them to where they're about the color of a potato. And that's 2 onions that we've caramelized with a little bit of both butter and olive oil. And so to that, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. You want to do this about in the last minute.
Okay.
And then we're also going to add some balsamic vinaigrette. That's about 2 tablespoons of that. So you'd be stirring that up.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain how to do this pork belly.
Okay.
And by the way, you can get this at your butcher store, or if you ask your grocery store, they'll order it for you and get it in.
Okay.
But I've got 2 pounds here, and I've done a little crosshatch on the top of it. But one of the things I want to show you about this particular recipe is we always want to keep the top of it really dry. Normally when you marinate something, you want to submerge it.
Yeah,
we're not doing
flip
that.
it around, yeah.
So in this, what we've marinated it with is a little bit of soy sauce, a tamari if you want it to be a little bit less salty, sherry, garlic, and brown sugar.
Okay.
And you're going to leave this in the refrigerator overnight.
And don't turn it over.
Don't turn it over.
Okay.
And just when you pull it out, you're just going to pat it dry. I know it seems kind of crazy, but just with paper towels. And the reason for this is when we're baking this, the top of this is going to take somewhat like Dad's favorite snack, which is a pork rind.
Okay.
So the other trick to this is we're going to take salt and we're going to put a whole cup.
That sounds like a lot.
It is. This would be one time a year for Dad. Probably you're going to do this.
Well,
and obviously we are going to take the salt off.
Okay.
So we're going to take about 1 cup of that. And we're just going to pat that on, just like that. And then we're going to take another Dad's favorite thing, and a beer. We're going to add that to the bottom, and you're going to put that on a grid. And I've got 1 beer in there already.
So it's going to kind of steam it.
It'll steam it a little bit.
Yeah.
And keep it moist. So we're going to take this, put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then what's going to happen is this salt is going to crust on the top of it, just like this. It's nice golden brown. And so when that comes out, and by the way, you're going to, at this point, you're going to crank your oven up to 425 degrees.
Okay.
You're going to take the salt, and it comes off really, really easily. And you'll just move it off. You'll see your crosshatch there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably want to take a little bit more off than I am now, but remove it all, put it back in the oven, and leave it in the oven for another 40 minutes at 425 degrees. And by the way, probably the best thing to do would be to line your pan too. I didn't do it here.
Okay.
So that, when it comes out, it's nice golden brown. It's crispy on top. But I want to show you this tomato casserole as well. I'm going to move this.
All right. We got less than a minute here, so you'll be able to see this whole recipe online at newschannel5.com.
But this is so easy. All you do is you're going to add a little bit of flour here.
Okay.
And you're going to add fresh basil.
And these are some beautiful heirloom tomatoes you got going here.
Forgive my hands, but I'm going to stir that up.
You washed them, didn't you?
I did wash them.
Of course you did.
And then you're going to add those onions and garlic to that.
Oh, boy.
And we'll stir that up as well.
That's beautiful.
And then one final thing I'm going to show you. This is my wife and I's every Sunday morning biscuit. And it is heavy whipping cream and King Arthur flour, self-rising, but we've added blue cheese to that.
Fabulous.
By the way, you're going to bake this for 25 minutes in the oven.
With little biscuits on top.
And then you're going to we let it bake first, put the biscuits on top, bake it 20 more minutes, and it comes out beautiful just like that.
Look what that looks like. So you've got a tomato cobbler and a fabulous pork belly, and that's your Father's Day meal. Man, Dad's going to be happy.
Thank you. We'll be featuring that this weekend.
It sounds wonderful. Well, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you very much.
And to all the dads out there. Hope you'll enjoy this recipe. It's recipe number 5372. It's online now in the Talk of the Town recipe section at newschannel5.com, or you can just go let Jim cook it for you over at Chef's Market Catering and Restaurant in Goodlettsville.